Hey, so the results of the TOPIK test came out and I passed. I said I passed. And what am I paying you kids for? Anyway, the results came out today, Monday, exactly at 3 p.m. I was checking the site exactly when it turned 3 and my results showed up. It showed my average score, which was 90, and my individual scores for each part, which each was higher than 70 points, which is what I needed to pass level 2. I guess I'm most proud of the fact that I got 100% on the listening part. This is significant for me because for a long time I was the worst at listening, and that's part of the reason why I gave up studying Korean. 10 years ago I started studying Korean in university, taking the official classes as part of my major. With the easy classes, I had no trouble following along with all the various skills with writing, reading, listening, and speaking. When it's easy, it's easy. But then when I went abroad to Yonsei in 2005 and I took the language classes there, they focused much more on speaking and listening, and that was not, well, my strongest suit at the time. I struggled more in that class, especially because everyone else in the class was Japanese or Korean American. When I went back to NYU to complete the major, I had to take an advanced class, and the thing is, at NYU at that time, the advanced classes were not made to be taken in sequence with beginner and intermediate. They're really for Korean Americans who could already speak the language to fill in the gaps of the things they didn't know. So I was the only non-Korean in my advanced 2 class at NYU. The teacher knew I had to take the class to complete the major. She understood that I was not at the level necessary to take the class, so I sat in every class and I really didn't have much idea what was going on. That class actually made me forget a lot of what I knew because we had weekly vocabulary tests where we had to memorize really hard, obscure vocabulary words. We'd have to learn 25 each week, and just memorizing them and then forgetting them, memorizing new ones helped me like forget stuff I already knew, and that was actually useful. And the fact that I was sitting in these classes and not following anything didn't give me anything to like latch onto and try to follow along with. And then coming to Korea and having to have like real conversations with people and really listen when my listening wasn't any good, it made me kind of frustrated. Thankfully there's so much English in Seoul and people are generally good at listening to the basic stuff that I didn't really have to use that much Korean, that there wasn't much of a challenge. But I did avoid it because my listening was so bad and I couldn't really speak because I didn't know what people were asking me. I tried taking classes on and off, but usually just for 1 month and then I gave up. And it mostly always had to do with listening, just because I couldn't follow along, or I had to think about it for a bit, or I just had to wait. But at some point things just started to come together. At some point I realized I can hear what they're saying and I would probably be able to dictate what they're saying. That doesn't mean I actually know what they're saying, but I could hear the words, each individual word, each syllable, where the emphasis is, which one's a verb, which one's a noun, even if I don't actually know what they mean. So the more I listened, the more I could comprehend the flow of the language and the form of the language. And after a while, it was just a matter of filling in the blanks of the words I didn't know. Not that I'm so great at listening now and that the TOPIK test is the objective arbiter of listening skills. Of course, the speakers for the listening section do speak very slowly, but just compared to what I was able to understand previously, which was not much, now I feel so much more confident in my listening abilities. And I do take this score in the test to be reflective of how much better I became. It's reassuring and giving me confidence that I can improve even further. If you're watching this video when I'm posting it, registration for the next TOPIK test is available right now for the next 2 weeks for the April test. And then this is going to be the last test of the old style, and that's going to change in July. This is a really big relief for me. I'm proud of myself. Come on, let's hear it again, kids. Yeah, you've earned your dinner tonight. Good job.